Alright everybody, welcome back in. This is going to be another Stormgate cast and another game submitted by Corsair. Playing here in the blue and playing the Vanguard. This is going to be a mirror match. Because also playing in the Vanguard is VincentVanGGod. VincentVanGGod. I love that. That's a great name. A great play on words and puns. So welcome to the channel, VincentVanGGod. I'm going to call you VincentVanGGod. And shout out to all y'all watching here. Thanks for coming by and watching some Stormgate content with me today. They've both opened here with the command post first. I don't know if that's standard in Vanguard versus Vanguard right now. They're having a little chatter, and before the cast started, they were talking about playing each other quite a bit on the ladder this day. And they were talking about losing MMR to each other and donating MMR to other folks on the ladder. I know what that's about. That's basically the only thing I do when I'm on ladder is donate MMR. If you catch me on the ladder, well, I hope you enjoy my MMR because you'll probably beat me. I do not play Vanguard, as I mentioned, so you won't catch me building what these two are building, which is double mech bay each. We got VincentVanGGod's mech bays out earlier. And not being a Vanguard player, I'm not sure. Is that good? Does that mean Corsair's been a bit greedy? We see Corsair has 2 Lancers. And that might be why he's just a wee bit later on the mech bays, as he took time to build Lancers in case some early kind of harass. He also has a scout out, which is now scouting, and sees that VincentVanGGod has gone a more greedy approach, we'll say. Well, we do see 2 Lancers out here as well. So maybe he's just a little quicker on the build. 3rd mech bay going down for Corsair. I don't see that same happening for Vincent.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
He is positioned to go for that Stormgate, whereas Corsair's on his way out. Like I said, 3rd mech bay. And what do we got? 6 workers here.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Fully saturated up here. I wonder if that's deliberate or just opportunity to micro that hasn't been taken yet. Okay, the scouts are the first casualties of this skirmish around the Stormgate. Vincent's the one who's put the most damage down on the Stormgate. And Corsair's trying to get some kills here. He might get the 2 Lancers, gets 1 Lancer, another Hedgehog. But, wow, okay, so Vincent's going to have to pull back. Now it's just a Hedgehog tug of war. Corsair, ooh, did he snipe it? Almost going to snipe that 1 Hedgehog. Oh, I like how Vincent tried to pull it back, but Corsair did get a couple of those rockets to impact and finish it off. Despite that, it's 5 versus 5. There's 1 scout for Vincent. 6 versus 6, 7 versus 7. And the scout shows up for Corsair too. Another scout for Vincent. And so they're staying very equal numbers here. And every once in a while, Vincent's going to scoot forward and try. Now it's Corsair's turn. Try and get some damage down. Killing a scout here. Killing a Hedgehog there. Ooh, a Hedgehog goes down for Corsair this time. And it's I've lost track of the count here. I think Corsair might be ahead by 1 Hedgehog here. And Vincent is also down the scouts. We're running out of time here, and the tug of war ends with no victor. And with Corsair in chase of the Hedgehog. Another Hedgehog goes down for Corsair. Another one on Vincent's side as well. Let's see here. We got 8, 9, 10. And fewer rolling home for Corsair. Hard to count that many Hedgehogs quickly when they're all bunched on each other. And that's just hoping for those upgrades to the Observer UI at some point in Stormgate's future. I'm not trying to whine about that here. because I know they got bigger fish that they're frying right now. And every time they make updates to the Observer UI, I am just giddy. Giddy like a child on Christmas, opening my gifts and saying, "What? You got me this? That's so great." For instance, our production tabs up here, where we can see that there are 3 hedgehogs in production, but we've got Vulcans in production for Corsair. Nice little concave out of Vincent there. And good focus fire. Both of them getting able to pick off units here. Lots of weak ones for Vincent though, and I think that provides opportunity for Corsair.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
I wonder the value of microing smaller groups of the hedgehogs while you're engaged in those battles. I mean, it's a difficult thing to, especially now that they're smaller size, to select the units that you're really trying to grab.
Has appeared.
But if you box off like a small number and use them to focus fire while the rest are on attack command, that could be a good way to sort of blend the battle instead of the more kiting maneuver. Not sure. Interesting, worth trying. We got overcharged servos showing up here for Corsair, finally going for that 3rd base. The 2 of them have been battling on 2 bases here for most of the game. And we're going for this 2nd Stormgate. Remember, the first one was a tug-of-war with no victor. This looks like it could be Vincent's win, although Corsair, oh buddy, where are you going with, yeah. He's got his his army rolling around here and getting on top of the machine lab, I think that's called, where you do your upgrades for the mech. Vulcan showing up, gets focus fired down pretty quickly before I think it could do some effective damage to that hedgehog ball. Vulcans can be effective because of their splash here, but I do think Vincent's getting out on top here. That did not work out for Corsair, although Corsair does still have his few hedgehogs over here. Vincent retreats back home. I don't think those hedgehogs alone will be enough to win this. Corsair going to the wellspring, but deciding to just watch from the outside. And by Corsair, I meant Vincent there, my bad. Corsair over here by his mechanical wellspring, which is just a repair-o-matic, which did a pretty effective job of healing these units up. And Vincent's units come back. Notice there are some still low, and that's probably bad news here. Jumps on top of that Vulcan and murders it nice and quick. Once again, not taking the damage from those Vulcans. That might mean making, making do with the hedgehogs better. Having a few extra hedgehogs in the army is what you're going to get if you're not building those Vulcans, right? And if the Vulcans go down quickly, that means they're not putting out the AoE damage that you're hoping. Now, really, to take advantage of that, Vincent has to go back to the wellspring here and heal up instead of rolling around these weak units, because a lot of that damage from the Vulcan are those weak units. Here we go, into the wellspring to heal up while building 3rd base over here. We have sensor drone, so Corsair was trying to spot what's going on here. Vincent throwing down some more production here, but it is Corsair that is moving into medtech, it looks like. And in fact, yeah, we are just seeing, where is it? It's maybe over here.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
We're just seeing the cybernetics going down, or biokinetics lab, sorry, going down over here. Which means medtech research is still going to be delayed a bit for Vincent.
A Stormgate has appeared.
We have a couple of those medtechs here. We see the nanoswarms already out for Corsair. And that means he's got this advantage. Could, of course, do aggressive nanoswarms as well. But for the moment, deciding maybe not to engage into that. triple Vulcan there does make that look pretty dangerous. And both are focused on Vulcan production, it looks like now. Well, we also have 2 hangar bays on the way for Corsair. This might be the first Stormgate we're going to get captured. And all the army is up here, so this is looking dangerous as these hedgehogs come in. Oh, what a 6er round. Those poor servos don't know what to do. What a weird pathing issue that's going on there. I like that. Mech Bay gets taken out. And there's a few Vulcans here, but there's also Vulcans jump jetting on each other. Oh, Atlas in the back. So Corsair returning with his force is able to defend that push. And not sure enough damage was done there by the Vulcans. Leaving that Stormgate without being captured though. Vincent on his rush back. And Corsair here. Maybe. Gotta get in here real quick. Yes, gets the Stormgate. And what do we get? El Deep One. The deepest of the ones. Now that can be a pretty devastating unit. Punches out some serious damage. It's 100 damage plus 150 versus heavy. If I got that right, let's double check. If I got those numbers right, yep. Which means incredibly punishing against those big beefy units like the Vulcan. Also a great siege unit. Just melts buildings. Now wait a second. I'm waiting for an army here to come and battle with, but no, this army is marching. It's on the march, saying you do to me what I do to you. Interestingly, no servos mining here. That's curious. Vulcans jump jet forward and spin up with their upgrade. The Hornets show up. And for that you need a few sieged up hedgies in the back, as we got here. They'll deal with the Hornets. But here comes Corsair's main army. No, he's pulling back to regroup.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Now he's going to battle with the whole army. The jump jetting in Vulcans are able to kill a lot of the hedgehogs of Corsair right off the bat. But they go down from focus fire, and the deep one, his slow buddy moving in at the end, comes in to just help mop up the rest of that army. I think Vincent's done here. He's done diddly done. Retreating out the top. And Corsair's deep one. Ooh, he's also got a hurricane out. I was wondering, we saw those hangar bays on the way earlier. Now we've got the first hurricanes out. Corsair's also been able to build the Atlases that have been helpful in some of the defenses. And remember, Vincent lost a base there to do that last push. Here's a hurricane. Doesn't want to get taken out by those hedgehogs. If you can pull back far enough, you can do a bombing run. Not able to take out the hedgehogs, and we're in a weird tug-of-war here on this 4th Stormgate. Atlas is getting focused, or at least one Atlas gets focused. This Stormgate looks like it's going to be a victory for Corsair. What's he going to pull out of it? Boom! Double deep one. Double deep one. Now that makes it then even more devastating for some of these units, in particular the Vulcans here. But we get a well played, and an insane what a game. Thank you for sharing, Corsair. Thank you for playing, Vincent. And thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it.